Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I just wondered what people might think if I just started with EU4 music. I'll tell you, it's one of the best tracks though, isn't it? Ryan fought victoriously. Ah, man, okay. I don't know. I toy the idea sometimes just like changing the music entirely to something just completely random, just to see what it'd be like. How you doing there, guys? Good to have you. Okay, I'm gonna put the proper music on, or maybe people want EU4 Victoria 2 music. I don't know why that amused me so much, but it definitely did. It definitely did. Okay, there we go. Let's go for the good one. Yeah, the EU4 music is pretty fantastic. Let's go for something Asian. There we go. That seems about right. There we go. Eat the bat suit, bigots. How you guys doing then? We'll get into this in just a moment. There's a lot of people that I miss saying hello to, so hello to you all. And you guys are going to be rather amazed. But I have brought balance to the Force. I finally, after all this time, decided, you know what, I probably don't need maybe 200 saves doing nothing. So here we are, with the task at hand. I have brought balance! There we go. How are you guys doing? It's good to have you all. I know, you've never seen it this good. You've never had it this good. Yeah, we should have some good battles today. Yeah, delete slash save. Oh god, it's quite funny actually. It's been getting steadily worse over the last 2 years. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. The thing is, I do it when it gets worse. But here we are, so we will have a second attack of Wenkow today. Ideally, Wenkow will fall today. And Berry Island. That's interesting. Okay, we finally took that one. I feel so bad I've not said hello to everybody, but I do hope you're all welcome. I miss a lot of these, and I was like laughing at the EU4 music. Yeah, now ideally we do see naval attacks actually carried out, so we have Permit over here attacking the PB. I'd rather her attack the PB than anything else. We do still see targets around Port Moresby. We see targets for the Torres Strait there, actually. Hey, doing there, Mr. Dictator, and John Murphy. You know what, John, I'm starting to wonder if you're actually not just some sort of, like, male mermaid. To be honest, you hang around with a lot of fish all the time. Okay, so what do we have here then? So we have two of our Japanese destroyers then, going up against what looks like a allied light cruiser. Now, I didn't actually get to see who started this battle. I didn't know if there was anybody. I didn't see if anybody was a surprise or not. But we kind of expected something to happen here, so we'll see how this goes. This is nighttime combat, and this favors us dramatically. Now, we have one good destroyer and two... yeah. Oh, okay, two light cruisers, but we open up with a hit into the dragon then, and another hit into the dragon. Ah, that's working out quite nicely there. Torpedoes out. Now, landing on torpedo to the side would be really good. So we're at 3,000 yards here, sorry. There we go. Yes, very close range. So far, so good. Landing 2 hits is actually really quite good. Now, a torpedo would be amazing. Hey, did that finish? Well, we've literally just started, so don't worry. You've missed everything. Doing well so far. Torpedoes out. Now, the Kagero class has not actually opened fire yet. We hit Dragon once again. Now, we only have the one to... Oh, there we go. Yukikaze takes a hit there, which is not great. Most likely brilliant. And there we go, we torpedoed the Dragon. The Dragon is Lance there. So we're up to 4,000 yards. I do not see Dragon coming out of this very well here. Right, Hatakaze takes a hit. Fire in the control room. Yukikaze opens up. Torpedoes out once again, and Torpedo takes... Sorry, Dragon takes a second torpedo. Looks like we're going to be claiming a victory here tonight. Right, I don't know the name... Oh, so it's the Enterprise. Now, somebody owes me a patron. Somebody owes me a patron back in if I sink the Enterprise. I'm pretty sure that's what it was there. Hey, Deveton, good to have you, my friend. The objectives are to try and reap a deadly tally against the Allied forces. We have taken some hits here, but we have inflicted 2 torpedo hits on the Dragon, multiple shell hits. Enterprise has not taken a hit so far. Yukikaze did not do very well in real life, but that's quite amusing, isn't it? History does not repeat, but it certainly does rhyme. Okay, now if we could actually... So we are 2,000 yards here. I don't think we'll have torpedoes left, so we'll have to see. This might very well come down to a gun duel. I feel like Enterprise is going to leave the battle. We'll see. Right, hitting Dragon once again. It was very good to actually open up and hit Dragon multiple times, but yes, she's taken it. The British Enterprise, indeed. Right, okay, Dragon. Maybe shoot to the other one. Though Dragon is still putting up a level of fire, isn't she? So we have to deal with it. Looks like she's more or less silenced, though. Yep, okay, let's change our targets, but they're doing a good job here. The beautiful thing here is I can just disband into the actual portal to Largi, and I can probably save my ships. He doesn't have that benefit. Now, the thing is, if he actually heads south, he may actually end up in the range of New Caledonia's torpedo bombers. We're just bombarding Dragon at this point. Okay, yeah, can we shoot the other ship play, perhaps? It is nice, though. I mean, this definitely favours us having the night time. Now, I do wonder, actually, will any of these ships actually have radar, perhaps? I mean, 2,000 yards, my god, this is a night fight. Now, if only we had more torpedoes. If we could have actually landed torpedoes on both of them, I would have been very, very, very happy, but I'll take Dragon. We just need to survive the Enterprise. But we have shifted fire now, that's good. Yeah, Dragon getting stripped naked indeed. And Hatakazi takes a hit there in superstructure. Torpedoes out. Hello there, Celestial. Good to have you, my friend. They are old cruisers, okay. Well, still worthwhile taking out. Dragon goes down. Excellent there. First allied ship that we've sank in quite a long time, actually. Well, worth it out. So we are heading Enterprise. Now, I don't think we'll have a huge amount of ammunition left. But we should have more than the Enterprise. Well, possibly. Across 3 ships, perhaps. But a light cruiser is significantly larger, isn't it? More guns, more ammunition. It was supposed to sink under a Polish flag. Okay, we are taking hits though. Hatakazi has taken a few. Now, could be bad torpedoes out there. Yukikazu takes another hit there. We did set them to absolute, so we may come out of this badly as well, but we will see here. I stream on Twitch every now and then. It just seems to be that people are more aware when I do stream on YouTube. Right, severe engine damage is not good. We probably might lose the Kikiro, but we'll see here. Range is 5,000 yards. But we always do have the benefit of being able to disband them. The issue is the fires, but we'll see. We're ranging up now. Would have been nice to put a torpedo into Enterprise, but we'll see. We may yet catch her. 9,000 yards. Right, order to disengage. 12,000 yards. We'll see. I think Yukikazu is taking more damage than anything. She was unlucky, actually. Indeed, Iron Bottom Sound takes her first victim in the form of the Dragon. Might as well call it Dragon's Cove. Okay, actually no, Yukikazu heavy fires, Hatakazi on fire heavy damage. I can deal with heavy damage, it's the fires that worry me. But yep, Dragon takes 28 hits, 2 torpedoes, and is sunk there. Enterprise makes it out with a single hit, but we'll see what goes on. No immediate sinking there. Looks like we are withdrawing ourselves, but we can get back into Largi. Louisville! Oh, we miss. Well, that's about right, isn't it? Yeah, that's about right. That would have been nice. Yeah, heavy fires are worse. Like, damage you can deal with, but fires are what kill you, really. Those are the things you need to deal with. Especially as the Japanese, we're not really very good at dealing with fires. But at least we know there's an American heavy cruiser there, which begs the question, is he coming in for a bombardment? We'll see if we can turn that against her. Yeah, of course we missed the heavy cruiser, indeed. It tends to be how it goes there. Okay. There we go, offloading a Benjamin. That's good, this is all we need. So this will give us the ability to reach out to Java properly now, so we'll speed things up. Yes, we have... I think it's the G3s, or it might be G4s. I forget which ones we have at Rabal. But we did move out a escort there of Zeros. But they will be launching a strike. We do have a strike potentially launching out from New Caledonia, so we'll see. A few casualties inflicted on the allies there. Offloading, which is good. Right, there we go, excellent news. So we did tell them to move coastal. You're under open fire. Yeah, a couple light cruisers here. Not like we needed the light cruisers, but this is more so to protect our forces here than anything else. Inflict 158 casualties there. Yeah, light cruisers are no joke. Using a tablet, okay. Hope you get that fixed soon. There we go, unloading over here on Jolo. I'm going to use the forces that move the unit here to actually hunt around these waters. Yeah, Moonlight, 89% is very good indeed. Right, we are fast transporting supply into Ambon. I am hoping that it is actually bereft of coastal defenses, but we'll see. So I do need more supply here. It looks like it's okay so far. Yeah, we look like we're alright here, actually. It looks like the coastal defense guns of Ambon have been silenced. Or they didn't see us, but it looks like they would have fired back. Oh, the chat's... Oh, okay. I'll have to sort that one out. Give me a moment here. Chat box. I think it's like just going to the bottom for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see. Right, okay. I don't know if that's suddenly going to work. I'm hoping it suddenly does work. We'll see. So I don't even know when I put the watch thing on, like the amount of viewers, I don't know. Kind of happened at some point. But we'll see if that works. Might just take a... I don't know. Oh, 9 of them fired back. Okay. See, this is the issue because I'm watching the chat here at the same time. I do miss things like that, so thank you very much. It might have been the actual... yeah, I don't know why it's not working. I don't know. It's weird. It's cursed, apparently. Alright, okay. Off loading. Yeah, looks like we're firing at the Sparrow Battalion. Oh dear. There's a lot of submarines around here, so I'm hoping that we don't take a torpedo, but light cruisers are fairly nimble. Ah yes, 6 coastal defense guns. So that's going to be the actual unit over here. It looks like the big guns of Ambon have been silenced, however, which is really good. That's good tidings there. The fact that I can get a fast transport to supply there, Admiral 61 engaging... Okay, AM is not what I want to be finding right now. We know there's Houston here. She's abandoned the search, but we know there's Houston here, which is intriguing. I'm hoping that we can make him regret bringing his forces there. Ideally. Right, moving into the AM. Yeah, still seeing assets around there at Norfolk. An AP as well, which is intriguing. Something around that area. Right, Allied AP. That's very bold. If he's moving something to the Torres Strait, we'll have to punish him. Now, the good news is I can't expect him to pull his naval assets back, but he's actually moved them up further, which is good. We also see something down there as well. This is good. It's going to look like a really good flank when the MKB moves in. Sorry, NKB moves into the area, not NKBoo. Allied ships over there. Allied ships near Kupang, supposedly. Allied ships over there in Nardi. Clemson spotted, at least a Clemson class. Right, subs in that area. Right, so we've been spotted by Dorniers. Wow, that's a lot of subs actually closing on Baker. That's interesting. Oh, there's a chat working. There we go. There we go. I don't know why he just suddenly decided to actually kick in, but there we go. It just kind of seems to do its thing. I don't know. Oh, it's a Louisville, indeed. Right. Airstrikes. Okay. Come on. So we're sweeping here with 25 zeros. This should go well. Yeah, behind them. So we've got here Hawks, Demons, and B339s. Okay, speed this up. Oh, actually, we might as well watch. Yeah, he's going really high with the altitude. We'll see if we can punish that. Okay, so 22 there. So it looks like we don't lose anything there. Only 2 there suggested, but I think we did more than that. Right, so we do find tanks here south of Norfolk Island. What do we find here? The Le Triomphe. Oh, there's a French destroyer there, actually. Okay. Le Triomphe. Triumphant. Triumphant. Whatever. Right. So we don't actually land any torpedo hits there, but we know roughly something's up there. Okay, very small cap there. There we go. And this is where we establish dominance over Surabaya. Yep, hitting his aircraft now. So what we'll do then, as we establish aerial dominance here, is begin to up the amount of fighters. Sorry, begin to up the amount of bombers slowly. So it looks like we're destroying one on... not on the ground, actually, but in the air. A few hits on the runway. Right, more zeros coming in there. That's good. Hey, doing that, Emry? Good to have you, my friend. Right, here we go. We have our strike coming in. I wonder what we do find here. Right, an AP. Well, hello there. Come on, get some fish into her. Oh, Louisville will be very nice. Come on, fish into her. Don't miss. You're going to miss everything, aren't you guys? Come on. Yes, there we go. Torpedo into the troop transport. That's going to hurt. Now, let's get the heavy cruiser. Second torpedo. Excellent. That'll probably put her down. That's what I want to see there. But come on, let's hit... oh, we find another one, actually, here. Right, we lose a Nell. We can live with that. Second AP struck by torpedoes. Chaumont goes down there. That's good. Now, ideally, they were carrying troops. Looks like they've offloaded their troops here, but it looks like they're not going to get out. Not too sure here without actually checking. So we do take 1 loss there, 2 damaged. But in fairness, that is a heavy cruiser there. But there we go. That is a nice hit there. So 2 there, 1 hit there. Simply Hill is not going to go in anywhere fast. Ideally, we'll have another strike there. If I could get the heavy cruiser, I'd be quite happy. But that's good. That punishes him there. Yeah, well, this is it. He doesn't have many APs, so hitting those is worthwhile. So we have our strike against Singapore here, which we actually did have a pretty successful attack yesterday. I'm thinking about actually hitting potentially his troops, but then again, it's worthwhile to keep hitting the airfield to stop him building it up, building the fortifications back up in the time between attacks. There we go. Alright, there we go. Finally getting things in motion. It's all the fuel at Singapore that I want, really. The fuel in the dockyards would be fantastic. The ability to rearm there, it's just going to be great. It's going to open up the Indian Ocean to us then. It will be a fantastic airbase too. Okay, so we are seeing hurricanes over here. Now, I would not be shocked if his forces actually arrive over here at Chikiang. I think after the matter, I did somewhat regret moving them in movement mode, because they're probably going to die. Well, they're probably going to get hit by forces, but if they get hit, they're going to take a lot of damage anyway. We'll see. So we are intercepting over here then. At least we are in long-range cap anyhow. He does have some hurricanes over here. Yeah, so I don't think we'll do super well, but it looks like we can cause some damage. Yeah, we do take a few Oscar losses there. Hurricanes are indeed good. It looks like he has bled Burma to get these guys here, which is not too bad. I can deal with that. That's a lot of hurricanes. That's a lot of flying tigers as well. Yes, we lose 5 there, which is not great. But that was quite a heavy escort there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It looks like the China Op has really got him. Right, okay, sending his own aircraft over here. They're not going to do too much. Yeah, 7 casualties. Oof. I'm feeling that burn. Right, B-17Es. So it looks like they're coming out from either Cairns or deep into Australia. 14 casualties there. Right, it's actually hitting Luganville itself. I'm glad I actually left some Oscars over here then to protect us, but we'll have to obviously up the amount of cap here. Right. That's not exactly ideal, but it's a good thing I did move out more of the aircraft here. Right, so we have 8 Oscars here. Let's hopefully put some shots into the D-17s. Now, they don't have armament to really do too much, but if we can try and hit him, and, well, just try and cause damage. A critical hit, man, that's good. Try and see him lose ops losses, that'd be nice. Yeah, it's not been a surprise, really. We've known he's had them for a while. We can repair the airfield anyhow. That's good to see. I'm glad I left them there. Ooh, Banshees coming in is not good. Ideally, they don't get me troop transports. Ooh, that was lucky. Right, more B-17s coming in here. Well, he's making a big raid of it. Damaging them. Can't capture the bomber. Okay. Now, what we could do with... ooh, okay. Sarta takes a bomb hit there, which is not good. Okay, he's actually hitting my assets here, which is not good. Okay, now that actually hurts. I'm quite surprised he's actually been able to hit the oiler there from an airfield strike. That's not good. I think she's no fuel aboard, but obviously we'll have to pull them out. I-170 taking a hit is not great, though. Yes, not the end of the world. It's a little bit surprising, but it's not the end of the world. I can shift more fighters there to actually put up a fight. It looks like we may have to bring the carrier force south, perhaps, but even then, we'll see. We'll see. I can move more fighters in there. Akatsuki, the flotation failing, which is odd one. I can't remember what happened to that destroyer. Alright, okay. It's an active turn, that's for damn sure. Allied ships there. But what we'll do then is we'll turn the MKB towards the Fiji area after this is over. Right, a few reported hits over there. Yeah, there's definitely a troop transport there. Right. Yeah, well, I'm going to be shifting the MKB south anyhow, so we will have zero capability. Or I can actually fly zeros. Right, we are seeing a few ships over there in Palmyra, which is interesting. Or I can fly zeros from the actual carriers to arrive there at the island. Put resistance there. Catalina destroyed, that's interesting. Right, here we go. Launching another attack. The jump. I'd rather we hit something else. Not that. Okay, they keep going for the wrong targets there. Yeah, likely he spotted my own carriers. Yeah, well, it's been, this is why I want to bring the battleships to actually hit the airfields at Fiji. Okay. Right, well, we can deal with two flying tigers. This is the force I need to hit, so we are launching an attack here today. I keep losing sallies suddenly, that's weird. Well, if they've been discovered, then we'll turn south. That's, he's got actually a decent bit of flak in there, actually. That's the first time we've actually taken any losses from the ground. That is interesting. Oh, okay, that's not ideal. Yeah, he's using his air power, but we'll turn it back on him. To be honest, I don't need air power in China per se, and I'm very happy to pull it back out if it's just not worthwhile. We'll see, we'll turn this on him. Right, 2 Hurricanes and HAT-1s against 16 Oscars here. So the issue is that he's diving on us. That's fine. I can hold back the air power and use it differently. See, we're hitting the ground power here, but we can change that. And again, wow. He must have some actual decent flak there. We'll have to reevaluate. Not a good day in terms of air losses today, but that's not fun. It's not bad, I can deal with that. What we'll do then is we'll just change how we actually use the air power in China, so we'll go back high. Right, 212s, 2 Oscars here, escorting us once again. It would have been nice to have actually hit the heavy cruiser, though we still have time to destroy his assets. The presence of the B-17s is interesting, and I can deal with that. If anything, it does reveal his hand. Hey, doing bad damage. Good to have you, my friend. There goes sort of 1 damaged. There we go. The oiler taking a hit, though, is less than stellar. Okay, shoot 1 down, damage the other 2. Catalina's coming in here. I don't know why he uses Catalinas like this. It's just not worthwhile. It's like he can do damage, sure, but the thing is, these are very precious aircraft. We're attacking at Changtai. She was empty of fuel, which is why she's not dead right now, pretty much. Right, we have more Banshees here. Not exactly great. This could hit some of our forces here. Okay, 1,000-pound bomb will hurt. But we had to get troops over here to Buna to make sure we didn't lose the base. Yeah, so Takeoka will probably go down, but I can survive with that. At least she's taken all the hits and not both of them. Well, we have... No, it's not worth it to run cap yet. I don't have the ability to run cap over that and cap over... Right, 130 casualties, I can deal with that. I want to actually be able to hit his forces. I don't care if he bombs. We move ships there to get troops into Buna. There's troops at Buna, that's all that matters. No, that's fine. That's fine. We achieved the objective that we got, well, that we wanted, to actually secure Buna. That's fine. That's done now. We'd not have ships, well, we won't have ships in the vicinity. What we need to sink is his fleet. Of course, once I can get more fighters to board Moresby, then yes, we can do that. But I'm interested in his ships. If I can hit his ships, that's going to hurt him. Oh, she goes down. Yep, we'll get 84 men there, that's fine. I'm not reinforcing Port Moresby with that. Okay, so we are seeing Louisville actually bombarding. That's fine. 18 casualties. Bring it. Pope. I'd love it if we actually had some return fire. I mean, this is the first time I've ever been bombarded, actually, by an allied force. This is actually an interesting situation. Would be nice if we actually hit back. And he does nothing. That's good. So she's actually expended munitions, which is good. That's going to make her a easier target. Okay. So, interesting interface. We didn't see particularly much results to the south, but he will be aware of that. What I'll do is likely move more forces either to Luganville, but we'll see. So we have a bombardment attack over here at Singapore. Yeah, one heavy cruiser indeed, and a destroyer indeed. That's not a bombardment. Oh, he'll see bombardment soon. So we have taken a few losses. We have had a few of our assets actually damaged. The B-17s is an interesting development, but it's one that we can deal with, and it's one that ideally will keep him off center. If the CF has been detected, then I can bring the CF south. I'm not particularly fond of actually hitting airfields with carrier craft, but we'll take a look at the situation. But I'm still going to be leaning towards not doing so. You can see that we actually have a good amount of AV here. His AV has actually been demonstrably reduced, that's good. We're essentially building up supply and waiting a few days before we launch the second attack. Right, I'm so happy that we managed to catch these guys in Hex. We are in times 2 terrain, so it's not going to be as effective, but I'm glad that we've been able to get an attack on them. Now, I think they were, yeah, they still are moving out. As you can see, there's the moving out tick there. So, who knows, we might get lucky here. Right, it is a deliberate attack, so it's not a shock attack. We do have a few divisions that are a bit more beaten up than I would have liked, but we have reinforcing units here now. The armor has arrived, which is what is very helpful. Right, a lot of these numbers are dropping here. Fortifications down to 2. Fact, we don't take it. Right, so I suffer 3,568 casualties. We inflict only 2,000. That times 2 terrain saving him. Level 2. Okay, forts. God damn it. We'll have to attack again soon, but it looks like it's probably going to escape here. Yeah, as far as it goes, the gambit for Chikyang, well, we're not going to take him. It looks like we're not going to get this. We do take Nanyang, that's fine. I can accept casualties in China, but we have driven him out of the Changsha area. I had hoped for more, but it's very difficult to try and pin down 500,000 troops, essentially. Alright, so we do catch in Nanyang. I had hoped for more over here, but that times 2 is not good. Right, so we have another deliberate attack at Wenkao. Let's see how this one turns out. Ideally better. Ideally better. Right, okay, so we don't take it. So 1-to-1, so there's no fortifications. 773 casualties sustained. We inflict 934. Yeah, this is just one where we keep fighting now. He's losing. He's losing. Yeah, 25 guns lost there. That's good. Right, so we have our first deliberate attack at Moresby. I don't... This won't succeed, but this is more so just to actually inflict damage and prevent him from really massive force. Did one of those units just get blown up? Looks like one of those units was wiped out there. That's funny. But yeah. So we'll attack here. Allow a few more days between the attacks. 161. Ooh, that's not bad actually. So we reduce his fortifications. We suffer 510 casualties, which I can handle. So terrain's obviously benefited them. Preparation's not good. Morale's not good. Experience isn't good. Yeah, look at that. We inflict 620 casualties. So we take a few disabled here, but I can survive with that. 2 engineers destroyed, 9 disabled. We have an entire engineer unit here. We destroyed a unit. I didn't see which one we destroyed, but that's actually a good result there. So that's actually permanently reduces AV here. What does he have here? Because he's obviously reinforced this. He's actually heavily reinforced this, hasn't he? 312. That's fantastic news. So he's got the 49th, he's got the 44th, the 53rd D Company here. Hello, David. Port Moresby Brigade, 45th Infantry Brigade, and the 15th RAAF. That's brilliant news. This is what I wanted him to do, to bring more forces in. Right, so we have a deliberate attack here. I don't know if it'll succeed. Doesn't look like it. I need this hex. But it looks like it's not going to happen. Yeah. Can't break it, unfortunately. Yeah, B company. Oh, God. Okay, that paratrooper unit's more or less gone. Yeah, so in China it's not gone well, but then again, it's difficult there with so many men. But that's fine. We can reconstitute those units in the future. We have achieved a victory by driving them out. Okay, 4-4 there. I do wonder what it takes to actually bring their supply down to nothing. It takes a lot, doesn't it, really? Well, the thing is, Carl, if we'd have remained in Chikyang, because he still might arrive at Chikyang, we would have been dead anyway. That's fine. I'd rather have taken a risk on that. Right, okay, not so bad here. Just have to keep bringing him down. Right, he's bombarding us, so that's going to see him using fuel. Sorry, using supply. Yeah, it's that goddamn terrain. That unit against that those units in any other terrain would have been able to butcher them. That's fine. They did their job. We'll constitute them later. Right. Okay. Yeah, I just want that unit to surrender there. Okay, Japanese bombardment attack. Right, okay, so the Ambon base force has been reduced. So, not too bad. I might be able to deal with that in the near future. He still has a decent amount of AV. Could take some time. Okay, so, a interesting day, really. We're taking some losses, but losses are, negligible. Nothing big, really. It's nice to sink a light cruiser, but I'd like to take a look at the state of the destroyers. We'll see what we can actually do. We are kind of playing... we kind of are playing a game with him in the Coral Sea. We're not using our full force yet. Hey, do nice laugh. 32 minutes there. Yeah, we'll take a look at that shortly. Yes, we're not playing our full strength in the Coral Sea yet. That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't know, I'm not too bothered about Cap. I'd rather have Cap actually escorting the G3s. Yeah, sure can shoot his aircraft down, but I'd like to actually hit his ships in the area while they are actually there, and then we'll switch to Cap. We'll see. Well, it went down, but it managed to get some troops off. We'll take a look anyhow. Yeah, one of them's still here. Oh, so there's a patrol boat. Unloading there. Hey, Demes, Scott, good to have you, my friend. Yep, that's fine. That's all I need there is the infantry. So I can actually pull out of this area Buna and call that a tactical victory. Not that there's any victory in any sort of loss, but that's fine. Actually head back here to lay. Right, we do see more targets in the area, so that's most likely the light cruiser. Where the hell are the destroyers? Okay, they're over here. Not bad, not bad. I can repair that. Now, AT, I'm going to say you're wrong, dude. I still think it's worthwhile. So we're undetected. We're going to be moving around here. Doing this is all well and good, but look at how many subs there is in the area. He's committing to this. Let him commit. Remember the saying. Do not interrupt your opponent when he's making a mistake, essentially. Right, let's see. Lucky bastard. Oh no, he's got detection over Shoho. Oh, and a little bit of detection over there. Not ideal, but we do see targets here. Okay. Not the end of the world. I wonder how it must have got that from Palmyra, then it seems. Unfortunate. Okay. I am still going to be going for this. I think I might just send Shoho perhaps to deal with that. I don't think he'll really have anything else that could deal with Shoho in this area. Potentially bring the CF south. But I'm not... I know you guys got a hard-on for hitting this area. And I can understand why, but it's one of these things of it's not that useful. Unless we can make it lasting, in my opinion. I know people are going to be like, oh yes, but he may not have anything here, but I think he does. Besides, this area doesn't particularly matter. What we want to get to is this area here and trying to hit all the shipping that's in this area. Hey, SunYan, good to have you, my friend. Yes, I would like to seize Palmyra and Christmas Island in the future, actually. That would be ideal. Okay. So let's see. Where we're going to be tomorrow then. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. What I might do is actually head to this position over here. I've got to be careful because I do not want to be detected as of yet. I will get into this area to actually get in behind his ships and actually prevent his retreat. Well, it would be, but the thing is, I'm not going to use carriers to do that per se. I don't think it's worthwhile using carrier aircraft. You can remember we have actual good pilots in these carrier aircraft as well. It can hit airfields, that's all well and good, but I'd rather use army bombers or navy bombers or something of that nature, not carriers. I can sweep the airfields, but I don't want to go low and get hit by AA. I'll take a look. Right, let's see. I was hoping more from down here, but he's actually establishing a force over here, which is interesting. Okay. Not as much to the south as I would have imagined. We do see this. What I am going to do then is, let's see. I can shift more over this way. Right. I'm expanding the size of the port, which is ongoing. We do have the 4th Air Division here, which is good now. Decent amount of supply, that is unloading. So Sata obviously took a hit there, which is not ideal. We will get her out of the area. It's not good. Frankly, it's not good. Still due to have fuel here. Okay. So these guys are only flying about 10% as well, so we can up that. What I'm going to do is actually take a look at the altitude he came in at, because we can turn that against him. So I imagine he's flying from Suva. Okay. Right. The hit submarine. Sorry, I didn't look at it, did I? Yeah, some flotation damage there. Not ideal. But I can handle that. Okay. Transferring of units over there to Luganville. Oh, it must have been, yeah, that was a holdover then, wasn't it, with the actual range there, but we'll do that. Right, we'll take a look at what altitude he came in at. So we were flying about 8,000 then, I think. So let's see, not ops. Combat report then, let's see. Do not be disheartened, guys. I mean, we've taken a few losses, but that's absolutely nothing. Changte would have been nice if had succeed, but it seems he wasn't. I was hoping he would have been in... And this is a goddamn issue, the fact that he just has so many units, he can cover the units that are in movement mode. What I may do is... well, we'll take a look at... Actually, shouldn't I have had a tank attack? Son of a bitch moved out before I could get my attack off. God damn it. I expected them to be at Chikyang today. He's moved a unit here. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Let's see how the guy's looking. Not ideal, but I think I will still have to attack there. We have had a brigade move into reinforcers, which, yeah, well, we'll have to take a look at that. We have a supply to attack again, and I think we do have to attack again. He's likely going to be out of this hex tomorrow. The issue is that goddamn wooded. Let's see. Now, these guys took a lot of casualties, which was not ideal. I had hoped they would have been able to take it. Goddamn terrain is such a problem there. Times 3 is really rough. Oh, he moved a unit over here to Hengyang, okay. Well, we do have the 3rd independent mixed brigade over here, so I can manage that. It's clear terrain. I think that is the devastated unit. Okay. That's fine. Now the question is, do we attack? I'm going to say yes. It's good to see him so active though, that's what I like. Right, so I do have the benefit of the actual army headquarters here. Set that for Hengyang actually gives a little bit more of an advantage there. Okay. I don't know. The question is, do we continue chasing? And I'm kind of leaning towards not doing so. Right, his force is probably over here now. That's fine. He's moving men over here. He really is just trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink at us, isn't he? Okay. I will try and get these men north. If I can get them north, I'm going to be very, very happy. Right, so set all to march. Set all to that ops mode. They need to move north. The further north I can get, the better. I don't know if these hexes are clear. I haven't seen anything there beforehand, so I'm gonna hope. No, I'm gonna hope so. But we'll see. So these forces will arrive tomorrow. That's good. Don't upgrade. Right, so they're gonna arrive tomorrow at Nanyang. What did we actually take at Nanyang? 2,868 supply. Though that could have been what moved in this turn, actually. It's good to have another airfield, though. See, this is the issue, yeah. Oh, it's good to have you, by the way, Paradigm. Yeah, the issue is we're dealing with a lot of mistakes in this campaign from prior. But we'll manage. Let's see. In fairness, what I may do is actually bring these forces back and just march along the rail lines over here. The issue is these are obviously going to be able to move there. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I mean, on one hand, I can more or less throw everything that we have at him. He is weakened, but the thing is, he will recover supply. Yeah, just contemplating this. I think we should still continue. I do agree. Try and push it as far as we can. If anything, it does cripple his supply as well. I can afford to take casualties. So yeah, we'll keep on moving. Right, so on march. Well, that's it, yeah. As soon as we can actually get through. If we ever do get through here, we'll have to see. But we will find a way through. It'll just take time. Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant. The fact that he moved out to Nanyang is fantastic. So he's opened up Nanyang to us. I did run reconnaissance around here. I've not seen anything. I'll have to move up here. Yeah, no, I agree on that one. The wooded rough is pretty terrible. But we do have the opportunity to move up the major road now. So I'm going to take that. He does have his force over here. I don't have a lot of AV there. Actually, no, 52 is not too bad. Looks like I'm going to have to move in a reinforcing unit or more. Right. I'll reinforce that area then. What is the terrain, actually? It says mountains. So they could very well last there, actually. Mountains times 3 terrain, so that's very good. If he's going to be advancing there, that's actually probably for the best. But I would like to make sure I don't lose the hex and make sure I can trap him in the hex. I'll take a look at the losses here shortly, sure. Just give me a moment. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, this is... I'm going to run reconnaissance over these roads over here, but the just any distance I can actually eat up over this way is really well worth it. I had hoped for a victory here. I had hoped to be able to throw him across the river, but unfortunately not. What we'll take a look at doing as well is actually cancelling the air power as such in China and actually using it in a different way. So 11 Oscars today. He loses 6 Hurricanes, 5 Hawks, 580 H-81. So he didn't get out of that without loss either. 4 Ki-27s, 3 Demons, 3 Edas, 2 Sallys, 2 B5s, which is interesting. That's ops losses. 2 L212s, 2 Blenheims. Right, he loses B-17, which is good. DC-2, that's another Dutch aircraft, I think. Okay, a few aircraft have been lost then today. Not as many as his though, so at least that's something. So we lose. Okay, she's Lima, so she wasn't exactly without value, but that's okay. Charmont is an Argon. Not a huge amount of capacity, but 900 is actually still pretty good, to be fair. So we hit her twice. And we hit the other one. We sank Dragon, which was good. That was nice. The Enterprise we really didn't do terribly much too, but our destroyers are likely to make it back. I don't really particularly want them at Luganville, but needs must. Or to disband when you do arrive. I mean, Karataka actually came out about really well. Which is surprising, actually. I expected the Kagiro to do better. Let's see. Has that fuel just been eaten up? Seems so. Okay, still unloading here. Right, okay, let's go back to the combat reports. I can make this really hard for him. What's the distance? I'm imagining I imagine he's come from Suva. So it's 1717 there, so it's equal. Okay. We may want to actually move our air power to Comac, perhaps. Yes, but the thing is we can move it back north. It's the Hatakazi that worries me. No, you can't tell them what to hit. They'll choose what they want to hit. I'm going to have them return to Tulagi. Well, we'll see. Not Tulagi. Obviously, I need them at truck where the repair ships are, so we'll have to see how we can manage. We do have fuel aboard, but we'll share it out when we see which ships actually survive. But then again, I think it's Hatakazi that... Yeah, okay. Yeah, share... There we go. They'll be fine. Okay. 50 odd's not too bad, we'll see. We still have a bit of time there. I'm not going to rebel yet. If I can make it to rebel, I'm pretty sure I can make it to truck. We'll see how it goes. If needs be, we'll just make port at Tulagi. It's a fire. The others are fine. Okay. See, combat reports. Yeah, I'd hope that we might have been able to hit with Louisville. That would have been nice. Right. It looks like Wencow's not too far from Fallen, however. I don't know what's near Cooktown. I'll take a look in a moment. Port Moresby went well enough. Where's the bloody things? That was that. We saw a different type of B-17 as well, didn't we? Okay. Right, here we go. B-17Es. 10,000, 15,000. Okay. So we can drop on them, which is what we're going to need to do then. Dive on them. So we'll go about 20,000 feet then. Okay. Set that to 0. Oh, is it 1,000? Sorry if I just... I thought it was 10,000. Oh, it is 1,000. Oh, but it's 1,000 there, but it's 15,000 there. Huh. That's good to know. Yeah, we're going to up it, of course. Well. Think about 16,000 feet then. Or it could go about, yeah, perhaps about that. Right. Okay. Now I'm contemplating actually moving the airpower to Comac temporarily. Could do that. I do have a feeling he's going to try and hit Numea instead this time. Okay, he's not aware of these assets, which is good. That works for me. Okay, good, I'm getting supply unloaded here, which is what I want. Dispatch you into ports. Good run loading. Murasami. Okay. They are dual-purpose guns. Okay. Right, so what we could do then is potentially take the destroyers to Luganville to give us a little bit more AA. But I don't think that's worthwhile doing. I need to make sure I protect this force. Once we move them back, then we can have them move into Luganville. But I need to make sure this force unloads. So you see some ships over there, okay. I could move the Hates its K4s. Yeah, this is why I want to bring down the battleships. This is what I was talking about with the battleships, to actually demolish the airfields. Need the AKs, but they are on the way. We'll have 3 then in the area. So it's a cruiser miner, supposedly. It's 3 ships in there, could be more. Torres Strait's really bold. I wonder if it's actually unloading troops. It's very good, though. See, this is a way to look at it. Okay, we are taking some losses. That is a good thing. Now, I do wonder if I should actually bring that in there. I do need those engineers there. So we need more fighters in this area. That's for damn sure. I'm not seeing anything out here yet. We'll see. May have them stand off. So the thing is, we don't have as much cap as people seem to think we do. I've got 13 zeros there. I could break that up. It may be worthwhile to just not... I'm thinking what we should do then is... I'll put them into naval search this time. Then I can actually use the zeros and break them up to give us a bit of cover. I'm not going to cover Port Moresby. Right, I can't break it up unfortunately, but I can leave a little bit of cap here anyway. Okay, control aircraft. I wish I could break this up, actually. It was that force I want to protect, of course. I can give them plenty of reserves, so I can probably put a bit more in that. Now, let's see. I'm going to need another pilot there. Right, we need them in lay. So that will give us the engineers that we need there in lay to actually build up a proper base. Right. 2 sea ships there, but those are very likely to be subs. Now, I do have the benefit of these guys here, which is handy. We're in amphibious mode, which is not. What I'll do then... ASW. Oh, I still can run them all as ASW. Well, that's actually very handy. It looks like they might just have a little bit of cargo aboard, perhaps. Let's take a look. Is there actually men aboard here? 40... Oh, they must have actually... I tell you what, they must have actually been climbed... They climbed aboard, didn't they? When the ship was sank, actually. That's it. Right. Keep them an absolute... There we go. Yeah, that's where they'll come from. Okay. So the good thing about this, even in loss, there is still positives. The fact that he's inflicted casualties, he's going to be confident, and that's what we need here. I still think it's the right move to move the MKB down further south. I need to stop him from moving past this area. I can't stop him from leaving the area. I want to make sure we can actually get in there. The longer he remains, the better. He's probably going to be getting sketchy, though, so we'll take a look. If I was to move to that position there, and then potentially in like so. Though saying that, tell you what, we'll see. But I'm going to keep on moving south because I do want to deal with the Luganville area. Sorry, the Fiji area. The question comes down to how do I want to use the CF. I think I can use Shoho over here. It's not certain that it's identified as, but we'll see. The question comes down to what do we really want, and what really is... And this is it. Are we going to react to this? I think MKB's enough. There's nothing really there that is that frightening. Yeah, B-17's a bad bot, so is War. A little bit of damage, but I can repair that. Or apparently not, because where the hell are these engineers? Oh, they're all bloody over here, aren't they? Okay. God damn it. Okay, that is kind of annoying, actually. Right. Well, what I'm going to do then is draw them to Luganville. Rebuild the actual unit itself. I think it'll be fine, actually. Right, I do have the ability to actually get additional planes down here, which is good. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do then is have the G-freeze. Yeah, well, this is it. Bad things do happen, indeed. Looks like I need more supply here as well. Okay. Okay. I do feel like he's going to hit this airfield. What I would like to do then is move them to Comac instead. Oh, no, due to an absence. I forgot about that. I'm just going to put them into naval search then. Most of them, really. Try and keep them out of trouble. Had hoped for more, but... there we go. Right, these guys I can operate at Comac. So we'll do that. I do need more engineers. I do have engineers on the way, actually. At least I thought I did. Where the hell did I go? That's all the way back in Japan. Yeah, this is it. This is what we like, though. This is what's good. The more he reacts, the better, really. Actually, these guys are actually quite useful, these Kisois. They're very light. I will have them. I will need use of them. Right, onto this band we actually get into port. Oh dear. That's not good to hear, John. See you later, John. We'll take a look at that. The destroyers, I did consider bringing them down to Luganville, but it's not too bad. I think we'll be able to move it. But I'm going to try and get them to track, if not a base that is closer. Okay. No, but the thing is, it's like, what did we really lose? Okay, we lost a few men, okay. We lost a Lima-class cargo ship, okay, well, we have more. A few thousand men in China, okay, we can replace that. Few aircraft, okay, well, we inflicted pretty good results on him as well. What? Well, we had the destroyers damaged, but we sank a light cruiser in turn, we didn't lose anything. What has really happened that is actually worth worrying about in the grand scheme of things? He's putting pressure on us, but this is it. It's going to look like a lot of pressure when we're used to no pressure. That's fine, that's what we want there. He's risking a lot, and that's what I want. I think what we'll do is, this nonsense, okay, we'll see how long that goes on for. If he remains here, that's good. The further south I get, the better, because then I can turn into the north and go for him there. I can look at actually moving fighters from the Dutch East Indies. Well, position, I mean, this is it. The issue is I'm dealing with a lot of inertia from past mistakes, but this is it. He is going to have to deal with that as well, and we will win out. I did see subs over here, but I don't know. Kind of surprised we haven't found anything, but yeah, we're going to launch another attack. That's not too bad, I can manage with that. I'm going to bring the actual heavy cruisers elsewhere, as we discussed. Now, they could be very handy in the Dutch East Indies, perhaps, but it would be nice to actually have some surface assets down this way. So we'll have them head out towards Rabaul, but I will want them to have a refuel along the way. So I'll set a waypoint for Naha. Good amount of fuel there, so refuel on the way. There we go. Right. Not ideal. They're likely to be destroyed, but I can recover that unit. Now moving out. Okay, so they're in combat mode. Is that really the best we have? Okay, well, we'll go with this Spirit Commander then. It's better to have at least somebody who might be able to act when needed. Okay. Right. So we'll continue the chase over here then. So they'll be in that hex tomorrow. It's fine. We can have them follow these forces then as they do arrive here. We can attack them over here. I'm so very much trying to break this unit. I just wish they would surrender. But they will not, unfortunately. Yeah. So we have caused him a lot of ruckus over here in China. I'd love to know how much supply this is costing, because it is costing him. He's moving men out from over here, which is intriguing. It's going to be very interesting to see how he responds in China. 38th is 1 day away. That's fantastic news. That is really good news. So I can get them loaded then as soon as they arrive at Canton. Question is going to be where do we send them? We'll see. Likely I'm going to have them made ready for Java. In this, it's not great. I'm going to say that right now. Just bear in mind that this series is really... There's a lot of mistakes. The Admiral Dadman series has... it's a lot better. This one we're having to deal with a lot of inertia from the past, which is my way of saying it nicely. It's only 111 at this moment in time, which is not a lot. Not a lot, really. More Oscars, which is good. It is ramping up still. It's actually, no, it's nearly finished, but it's yeah. More Zeus would have been great. Over-expanded as well, which is not great. Yeah, I'll change that. The retirement's allowed, aren't they, from still being there? There we go. Thanks for making me aware. Okay. Beyond this, it's not too bad, actually. Yeah, we do have R&D, so we can actually... well, we have player-controlled R&D. But again, the R&D in this is not fantastic. As you all know. Right. So still moving out, that's fine. Let's take a look, actually. We're getting down on the A6 and pre-0. I mean, ideally, that'll give us the ability to skip forward, which would be good. If you're moving on to Sam, not... Tojo's getting about, which is good. I mean, that 15's really nice. Okay, 45. Yeah, it's getting there. That 4 is nice in the 84 there. Well, no, I mean, this is it. What I'm going to say is if you haven't seen the Dadman series, go watch the Dadman series, because that's where I'm actually doing things significantly better, when I've been able to actually put in the lessons learned, which I'm going to be doing, depending on when I can finish a stream. I don't think it's going to take me very long to finish, actually, because there's not a tremendous amount to do, really. Here, it's not exactly great, but I think I am very much tempted to attack again, but we are suffering from a little disruption. I was saying that I don't think he's going to be in Hex next turn, is he? So it's not worthwhile, is it? Well, if I'll send something from Hank out, get you. Well, this is it, but if anything, it's actually costing him victory points, so I'm fine with that. We saw them over here, so they're probably over here, really. I mean, that's a major road to that point, which is okay. I mean, what I might do is actually just send a small force to look as if I'm chasing him, really. So I'll send a force there. If anything, it might actually disguise in which direction we're heading. Ideally. So I want to... Yeah, I am tempted to do so, because it's one of those of if he's out of a hex, he's out of a hex. If he's out, then I can't do shit anyway. Let's see. So do you have these army commands that will arrive tomorrow? Not like they'll make much difference. Yeah, I'd hope for more here, but oh well. Well, this is it. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. I'm going to do some reconnaissance, actually, from Hankow, I believe it is, where we're launching it from. And we'll try and figure that one out. And reevaluate the Chinese, sorry, the air power in China as well. Chongqing. Yeah, I set it over Xi'an, and I think over these two hexes here. So this hex is empty, as far as I know. Right, I don't really need to know where he's going to Chongqing. He's moving men out from Chongqing. 37,000 men. He's got a lot of air power in China, but I don't mind. Right there as well. I did set a double one by mistake. Yeah, there we go. Set about hex as well. Yeah, if we can get... I mean, that would be a really nice victory. If we could actually get to Xi'an, that'd be fantastic. And it really does rely on him actually not knowing we're coming, which I really hope he doesn't. Let's see. He's the best commander I have in that unit, then. It looks like he's sending these units, but it is times 3 terrain, so that's going to work against him as well. I would like to get some additional units there, perhaps, so let's see. I need a large garrison here, which is not exactly ideal. Mongol garrison army. What I can do is actually set it for that hex. Can I set it for that hex? No? Oh, because there's no base there. Okay. Well, they'll still benefit from having a headquarters nearby. I'm going to send these guys to go as well. Actually, get additional troops in there. Though I'm saying that I don't think I need to, but I want to make sure that we can actually hold it just on the off chance he does have additional forces here. It'd be good to try and just really hold them in place, really. What does that open up for us? Is there any roads across here? No. But that does actually open things up for us by having him locked in combat, so we'll see what we can do there. Okay, the army's here. Oh, that's a shame, I forgot about that. Okay, it's still within range, so that's okay. Right, there we go. They arrived pretty quickly, actually. Okay. A lot of damage there. Yeah, I'm going to be fencing against him with Oscars, which is not exactly ideal. What we'll do then is we'll make our mark. I mean, he's got a lot of air power. He's brought a lot of air power to China. Very interesting. I'm getting desperate about hitting him at Rangoon, and that is going to come hard and quick, and I just need to make sure we have enough force to do that. But then again, he's moving supply into China and this area. Okay, that's fine. Once we take Singapore, I'm going to be looking towards actually moving behind his lines anyway. I can take losses from the air. I can take it longer than he can, to a degree. What I mean by that is obviously the fact that I've not had my men demolished, really. No, they're not exactly great. They're not in a great position. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it looks like he's moving his forces through this road over here, but he's marching them there? No, so he's marching them there, but okay, that's the secondary road. But that's going to take 4 days per hex. I mean, that's 15, 15, 15, 15. That's a long time to march that. We'll be able to be up over here towards Xi'an before he can even realise it. That's the ideal plan. If I can make it to Xi'an, that'd be fantastic. We do have a couple divisions over here. I mean, would have taken Nanyang a long time ago. Yeah, I got trapped in over here for a while. But they're finally out, which is good news. Alright, beyond that. I had hoped he might have been... Oh, there's another ship over here. Bloody... Oh, so annoying. Alright, let's see. Disband you. I'm going to have you set as a service task force and get rid of that bloody PG. Should have been so on top of things like this. It's crazy. No, I don't need that. Clear destination. There we go. Sink that PG then as it leaves. Okay, so move the unit here then. So we'll take Jolo tomorrow. Then I can start to move actual naval search into the area. Right, I'm going to put them in surface combat. These DMSs I'm going to need, actually. Let's see. Oh, I think the stream's actually buffering here, which is not good. I'm going to have these DMSs actually made available for Port Moresby, actually, because I'd imagine if there's any place like his mind that's probably going to be there. Have them head down that way. Well, this is it. I'd hope that we would have been able to achieve more, but unfortunately we have had our attacks blunted to a degree. It's difficult, but then again, this is it. I'm not going to call it tactful, but I'm going to say I'm still impressed. The fact that it did still work after all, I'm still going to have to admit that. I don't like admitting it, but then again, we have when you have about 400,000 men moving, it's hard to stop that. They're going to move that way. The light cruise I'm going to use over here in surface surface attack. There we go. I'm hoping that with us actually hitting the two APs, I mean, granted, that was probably the better targets to actually hit. It's a shame that we didn't hit them before they unloaded, but that's okay. You're on low threat threshold, you need to be on just normal. Alright, there we go. I still think it's the right decision. I think MKB moving towards Fiji is worthwhile. I still think we send the CF towards Palmyra. There's a ship there, and there might be other ships as well. I'd like to hit those and move beyond it. Question comes down to, though, will he expect us to move that deep? Well, we'll have to see. Alright, so we landed over here, which is good news. Yep. A little bit of supply to unload, but we have 2 engineer corps, and we have a naval guard and the SLF, so 2 naval guard units here as well, so 105 AV. And that will be, I'd imagine, sufficient to take this. I will set their target here as well, so set all to Benjamin, whatever you want to call it. I'm looking, by the way, for detection over here. Now, I've got 3 out of 4. I'm not seeing anything. There's a port there as well. And if that's actually not held, I'm gonna take that by aerial means, i.e. paratroopers. So we'll keep up the reconnaissance over there. I need to figure out where his men are. It doesn't have a huge amount there. A Vulcan, don't be a dick. Right, a Vulcan, if you can tell me what's in this area, I'll give you a cookie. If you can't, then sit back, sunshine. I'm sending MKB here. Do you really think it's necessary to send all the carriers of the Japanese Empire to this point here? And I know that's been a little bit over the top, but what I'm saying, is it worth it to bring all these carriers down here? Yes, he's going to run things, but the thing is, his ships are slower than ours. We have far greater reach, so he might run things, but the thing is, will he run them? And if he tries, we're going to be able to chase them down. If they stay in port, we'll be able to get them. I'm sending a carrier group over here that will have battleship support. It's alright going in willy-nilly, but if we go in without the actual means to do something lasting, then I don't think there's much point in that. If he doesn't have a reason to move out of the area, I doubt that he will do. We'll use his arrogance against him. We don't want to get stuck into the sort of ideology of, well, okay, we have to have our carriers assembled as one mass for everything we do. We don't. Right. See, what I could do is actually have Shoho continue to approach over this way, or potentially have her possibly pull back and try and draw off. Yeah, but the thing is, if he goes to the map edge, we can go to the map edge. You're still not giving me a reason as to why we can't catch him. We'll see, Vulcan. We'll see. I still think this is the right decision to do. I don't know. I don't know how I can please people sometimes. We're sending a carrier group over here. What is it, Fiji? What's going to get out of there? Okay, he goes off map then. Okay, what then? What then? He's moving assets that he needs in the Pacific. You've got to think he needs assets in the Pacific. He needs supply moving. He needs fuel moving. He needs men moving. He needs engineers moving. He needs aircraft moving. How is he going to be able to move things if he can't move them? How is he going to be able to sustain things in the Fiji area if he can't move them? Bear in mind, we're sending a carrier group. We're sending a battleship group to be able to diminish his forces, to be able to reduce his air bases. What does a B-17 mean if it can't fly? It means fuck all. I'm not going to accept the argument that just because we don't know there's anything there, that there's nothing there. Well, this is it, but we don't have a decisive battle. Stay where? I'm not going to stay at Palmyra, am I? I don't know why you're so... Okay, we need to sell this. We have oilers, we're moving the oilers. Okay, shifts his convoys to the Indian Ocean. What's that going to do for Fiji? You're still not giving me a reason. You're giving me a lot of negatives, but you're not giving me any positives here. Anyway, I'm not going to brook any disagreement. We are sending the carriers here. Question is, do I have them meet up there? Unfortunately, they're not the same hex, but I could use this to my advantage. Now, I do enjoy debate, but I still don't think I don't see why we have to bring carriers here now. We have carriers on the way. I mean, how many carriers do we really want? I'm not going to use carriers against the airfields either way. Not likely to, anyhow. Right, so yeah, he's moving out that way. It's fine. I was saying that, will he head to Tulagi? Perhaps so, perhaps not, we'll see. Maybe worthwhile bringing it towards Luganville. They still have some distance to cover, however. Now, let's see. Kinagusa does have... well, the Japanese AA isn't exactly fantastic anyway. I'd like to make sure we can protect Tulagi more than anything. Right. I'm sorry if I had to sound defensive, it's just sometimes I get a little bit annoyed because it's one of these things of how much do we really want to bring to an area, what do we actually gain from that? I'd rather try and sink actual shipping that matters over this way. I do believe there is shipping out this way. Besides, we're sending a carrier group here anyway. It's win-win. Well, this is it. This is the beauty of moving the MKB south anyhow. I mean, what I want to do is get to a point at which I can move into the Coral Sea and cut off his retreat. While he's operating here, he's happy, and I'm going to let that happen. We're running cap over here, we're running cap at Rabal. I'm stood down these naval attacks for the time being until I can get additional assets in here. Right, moving in supply there. Moving construction units there, not exactly ideal. Moving those out. Right. I'm surprised he hasn't ran as well, so I feel like I'm pretty sure he detected our aircraft over here at Manners. Which is interesting, he's just hanging out at Manners. Ah, thanks, Dave. I know, but the thing is, I get what you're saying. You're like thinking, right, well, we'll have MKB move this way and then move CF this way. But the thing is, it's like, do I need to do that? It's like, I can have MKB do that and move in here, and they can accomplish that task. In fairness, I could even detach, I could even potentially detach Tayo, but there's no need to detach Tayo anyway, because the cruise speed's fine. Ah, it's a shitload of heavy cruisers, holy moly. Well, this is it, yeah, this is it. I am tempted to actually detach some assets there, give us something to work with. Because I don't have that many destroyers here, actually, which is surprising. Quite unbalanced. Unbalanced, sorry. Okay, you need to return to Japan. MKB will go to Fiji. We don't need to hit both things at the same time. I think you're too focused on Fiji, Evoking. I'm going to say that. I think you're entirely too focused on Fiji. Right, the orders are here. That's fine. Let's see. Luckily they're not detected. That's not detected either, which is good. It has 1 out of 1 detection. Thunderstorms. It's unfortunate that there was some detection, but who knows. He's going to know something's up, but he might, if we're lucky, think it's the heavy cruisers from over here. Or sort of the cruisers from over here, if we're lucky. Right, how much fuel do we have in this bad boy? 23,000, not a huge deal, but it's still enough. Yeah, I'm going to detach some heavy cruisers. I was hoping to actually have some destroyers, but I don't. Let's see, I will send in some cruisers there. Yes, he's moving his troops to Fiji, and I can tell you what, that's good. The more troops he moves to Fiji, the better, because you know what, they're going to be going into the bases there at Fiji, aren't they? So isn't it better to actually have the battleships in position, on station, and then hit those troops when they actually land, because they're not going anywhere at that point. Once we actually have the MKB in position, he's not going to be moving anything then, is he? Oh, it's a few B-17s. Grab me a river. Grab me a river, frankly. We can manage a few B-17s. Okay. Right, they're moving back. I know they're moving out there as well, actually. I'm going to take the 2 PBs there. Actually, how fast are these guys? 13. I can take the DMS. I'm going to need that DMS. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, once they're actually in Fiji, they're not really a problem. Obviously, once we can actually... If we can get the transports, that's all well and good. This is why I want to bring the battleship so we can actually hit it and actually do damage there to the airfield. We'll see. We'll see. It's not like I'm not bringing anything here. But the thing is, well, what's going to stop the B-17s? I mean, is it really worthwhile sending carrier aircraft against Suva? I mean, I'd be happy to clear out his fighters and etc. and clear out the ships, but that's the role of either bombardment or proper bombers. Yeah, there we go. It's one of these of... I get the reason why, and I do consider it, which is why it's in the MKB. But I think we have a much better chance of hitting things. He's got assets over here. He's not running them. It's only an AMC granted, but why would he not even run an AMC? It's not as if they're not worth anything. I think we do continue this way. I'm surprised they're somewhat being diminished, but we still have the ability for success here. In fact, I might just carry on straight, perhaps. Well, not straight as such. Let's see. We'll go for the path that brings us, If he's heading to Palmyra, he's going to be heading further south. We'll have a path that takes us towards Panama. Obviously, I'm not going to head to Panama. Okay, that would take us like that. Oh, obviously, I don't want to go that way. Right. What we'll do then is I'm going to set... We'll set a destination then about... we'll be able to chase them down anyhow. Let's see, how does that look? Obviously that's too close to Pearl Harbor. I think we do have to go for either the potential bombardment over here at Palmyra. Right. We'll have to move straight then, perhaps. Let's see. I want to get to this sort of area here, to the somewhat north. I don't want to go that far. Unfortunately, it's only sold by Matrix Games. They do some really nice sales every now and then, however. What I'm going to do is actually put a waypoint there to actually give him the indication I'm heading that. Well, then again, no, is there any point? He's going to know we're coming if he's got the detection here. Well, he's not. He might not actually likely, no. But have it somewhat north. Probably worthwhile to have us within striking distance though, isn't it? 8. 1 hex to the south would be fine then. About that. So that'll take us within range there. Yeah, they do some really nice sales over now and then. I do try on occasion to try and get them to give away some copies, but this is it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Right, what I'm going to do then is have them refuel the cruisers. Actually, I don't think I need to. I can probably get there fine. I'm going to head for Palmyra. There's a risk of mines, but I think we need to try and take it. Yeah, they're going to need refueling. They're saying that... No, there's not really much in the way. Point is there. I think what we'll do then is we'll refuel the cruisers and have them follow along. If anything, they can act as an escort for the oilers, perhaps. We could bombard Palmyra. I mean, I think I kind of regret not doing it. It is likely mined. It would be nice to bring out some DMSs this way. Hitting with some line cruisers isn't going to do that much, though. Okay. Well, these guys run at the same speed anyhow, so that's not too bad. Right. It's full CF. Trailed by one hex, though. I'm very saying that. It's better to be in the same hex, isn't it? I need them really refueled, ideally. I'll have them set to refuel. Okay. Right, so we'll have them set to follow the CF. Now, question is with Shoho. I could potentially bring Shoho south as... Well, actually, no, I think what I'll do is actually have Shoho head towards Luganville, perhaps. I could make use of those zeros, and it would be nice to have a carrier then if we need it to actually close off that area. That would be quite handy, actually. Right, so they can follow along. Right. Refuel that formation. Not merge, sorry. Refuel. Okay. Make sure you remain at station. Right. So if you're going to follow along, I'm going to need those oilers, of course. But what I'm going to do then is have them head north. And this is it. He was tipped off by the bloody submarines over here at Baker, which is annoying. Which is why he's moved in more, actually. We do have an ample amount of fuel. Not as much fuel as we once did, but it's enough that we can work with. So I'm going to have the oilers link up there. And what I'll do is have it as a large oiler force. Gives us something to work with then. Okay, they're moving in there. I think I will take Shoho then. Have it head towards the Luganville area. So somewhere out this way. It will give us the ability to use these zeros if needs be. Going to use a waypoint just to make sure that we can avoid those subs. Southwest, okay. Now, ideally, he's going to see this and think it is a CF, but we'll see. The interesting thing is he may then think that that is the actual Kiddipatai, but we'll see about that. Yunyo shouldn't be too far out. Yeah, she's on her way south there. Okay. Well, she's heading to Tarawa, but I'm going to have her head down towards Luganville. It might be that Yunyo and Shoho arrives before that point. What I'm going to do then is actually head into truck to refuel, however. If I could take on some more destroyers, I'd be quite happy to do so. Not very happy with such a minimal escort. Let's see. Alright, these guys are loading. Okay, that's good. Now, Otakaze does need to go north to Japan, but I'm going to use her for this escort and then send her north. I do need more assets in this area. Heavy cruisers would be really quite an important asset in this area as well, actually. I need those assets at Ley. If I can get those engineers into Ley, I'd be happy. As what we'll do is we'll set up a service task force here. The ones with the least endurance would be a nice one. We actually have some pretty decent endurance here. See, so we have Megami, Kuma. Alright. Again, I don't have a huge deal. I desperately need more destroyers here. So they can head into the ball. Need more warships in this area. I do have 2 destroyers here, thankfully. Very happy about that. Yeah, there we go. A DMS as well, which is very handy. Oh, there's additional destroyers here, actually. Oh, that's good news. Thank God for that. What is 266? That is the tanker. That's a real hefty escort there. Okay. Well, that's brilliant, though. So that means I actually do have a sufficient number of destroyers here to actually do some really good work. Right. Undock. Okay. There we go. See, what I can do then is actually put the... Well, let's see. How many do we have in this force? 6, okay. 2 of them can go ahead and link up with the MKB. Isokaze Aishio, however you really pronounce it. So go link up with the actual MKB, put more destroyers back in there. These 4 destroyers can link up. Now, what I might do is actually leave the heavy cruiser Raute. Then again, no, it's not worthwhile. It's always good to have at least a destroyer in there, isn't it? But we'll actually have a proper task force in the area then, which we can work with. Okay. Now, these Jakes, they're not exactly brilliant for this sort of thing, but I'm going to put them in a cap if I can. The reason is, well, it's better than absolutely nothing. If I can drive off a raid, that's at least something there. Alright, continue to unload. They are docked. Okay. I'm gonna expand you in port while you're there now. Does he have information? It doesn't seem to have information over here. But yeah, don't forget that it cost us to get men over here to Buna, but it was worth it. Really was worth it. Let's take a look. I meant to take a look at over here at okay. So yeah, we got 1,000. We're actually gaining a decent amount of supply now. Obviously, we're gonna have to wait for it to recover here. But we didn't actually spend that much in the way of supply. We didn't spend that much in the way of actual troops either, which is nice. Yeah, not bad. As we're gonna, of course, just go back to defending here. There we go. Go back to defending and wait it out. I mean, we inflicted some pretty good casualties on him. Obviously, we took casualties, but we didn't do bad at all. Let's see. Alright, Gagayan, okay, Ambon. Right, Moresby. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we inflicted 620 is actually really quite nice. Now, we had only 2 engineers destroyed, a few disabled squads, but I can manage that. We've got more men here. But yeah, him to lose 19 squads is not good. 20 disabled is not good either. 8 non-combatants is obviously not good too. Well, yeah, being able to destroy those squads is well worth it. That's good news. And destroying the unit as well was really nice. His defense isn't that great, and we've reduced his fortifications to 2 as well. Wow. I think this is going to be a lot easier than we thought. But yep, okay. Now let's see. We have the battleships on the way. They do need to be refueled, but this is it. We're not too far out now. And I should have the AKEs on their way as well. That's another DMS on this way. Okay, I'm going to take this DMS down here to truck. Well, as far as it goes, we are somewhat... See, the issue is a lot of the air power is tied up in the Dutch East Indies. We did have what seemed to be a carrier sort of sighting off of... Well, not a carrier sighting, but an aircraft, a carrier from an aircraft over that way. So I'm trying to cover this area and try and figure out where he might be. Right, go ahead and back. You were detected by Dornier. We'll take a look at Singapore shortly, actually. Now, I might indeed actually take some zeros from this area. I'm just going to see if I have the range. I'll just take a look and see how far Rabal is. 51, Lay's 44. So we'd have to shift them to probably Babardwab and truck and then in there. So it'd take a few days to actually move over there. It might be worthwhile doing so. I'm going to try and see if we can manage routes. Okay, we've offloaded, which is good, so move back into port there. Okay. Yeah, that airfield's completely fucked. Now, how much supplies did we actually get in here? Yes, we've got a decent amount. Now, I might go for an attack. It would be... Well, actually, no, what I'm going to do then is have them hold off. I can use the light cruisers then to act potentially as a bombardment force, but I don't know, saying that. What's the actual terrain on Ambon? Jungle rough. Oh, yeah. It would be better just to have them further disorganized and for an attack. Right. They can head back to Kendari. Sorry, not Kendari, Balikpapan, or Balikpapan. It is good to actually have fuel here at Megazar. Gives me a lot to actually work with. We'll take the base over here, which is great. Right. Put the light cruisers in this force. Return to Megazar. Go coastal. Right, return. So they're going to move like that, okay. So we'll take this base tomorrow then, which is going to be good. I can get aircraft moving in there then. I am preparing to take Palembang. Should have been taken a long time ago. So the sooner the better, really. Alright, additional assets over here to Sinkwang. So I've got the air flotilla over here. I want that in Palembang as soon as possible, really. So I need to get these assets moving. Alright, they've been unloading. They've got heavy artillery there. Alright, let's see. Cancel that. Load troops. Engineer regiment. Need more ships in here, apparently. Of course. Right, I've unloaded artillery. You're moving in there. We'll take a look at Singapore in just a moment, I promise. Right, begin loading up that formation, or formations. Now that should ideally give us the capacity there. We'll have another 2 AKs then. Right, so just load. Use all ships. Okay. Now, 2 naval units, depends. But I'm going to have them planned for, obviously, Palembang. There's only a few men here, and I think we would be able to manage it. Ideally, more would be better. And I think I should be able to scrounge up. I've got well, to be honest, I have a regiment over here at Sinkwang, don't I? Yeah, I've got a regiment over here that I can use. So that is going to be enough. DMS is over here, which is great. Okay, gives us something to go in with. What I'm going to do then is, let's take a look. Right, 6A user. Yep, so I moved in the Kunakawa one, okay. We've got the AD here. A couple of sub-chasers are nice as well. How you doing there, Sal? Good to have you, my friend. Draw boat there. We'll take a look at Singapore then. Okay. The units have enough supply in them. Right, they're moving towards Singapore. Right, now that's what we need. There's actually damage here at Singapore, which is exactly what I need. Right. Yeah, there's reconnaissance over Singapore. Let's take a look. What were the combat results like? Wenkao. Yeah, it's down to 0 now. Chengtai. Ranghe, Singapore. Yeah. I can look to get more reconnaissance, that would be a good thing. I think we already, I don't have to look with it. Oh, no, what it is the 15th, obviously, with how the game begins, obviously the 15th, there's a regiment that is out at Guam. In this game, I actually ended up having that regiment head down to New Caledonia. In the Dadman game, which I think I will stream after this, as I do have that turn as well, he's actually heading towards Malaya. I can't believe we just sent a bloody Pope. Like, why not have the Heavy Cruiser and the Pope in together? Why separate? Even that Bombarda's not too bad. 2 vehicles lost there. Right, 1940. I think it's worthwhile another attack, and then we do have the 38th on its way. After all, we had expected worse, didn't we? Okay. I think we will go for another deliberate attack. It'll likely cost us, but it is still worthwhile if we can cause that damage. It is good to see that the airfield is finally taking damage. That's going to stop him from actually building those fortifications back up. Let's move the chair a bit closer. Which is really what we need to do. I think we might have had a good chance of taking Singapore on the first attack had the fortifications not been built up so much. But obviously that was due to my earlier inaptitude. Right, I've got a Yokosuka over here, and I really could do... Where the hell's the rest of the unit? Is that just a full... Oh, that's the paratrooper unit. Oh, there we go. Right, so they can begin marching. Or do they march? I do have an AP that is conveniently here. It has taken some damage to Shanghai and Maru. Do I have anything else in the ports? Can they run a fast transport? Oh, excuse me. Amphibious. No. I do have plenty of ships over here, actually. And a destroyer that shouldn't be there, but okay. Well, we'll get them moving aboard this, then. Let's make sure there's enough. I don't want to lose more. I'm going to keep up with hitting the airfields. The reason being he has a lot of forces there in Singapore. And I don't want him to... Well, a lot of engineers. I don't want him to be able to repair this and then begin to refortify. Alright, let's see. Ooh, Bataan is a tough cookie. Singapore was always done rather badly. I should have gone about it in a completely different way. But here we are. But yes, we do have to diminish the airfields. The reason why... It doesn't matter that there's no troops... Sorry, no aircraft on the airfields. The reason why it matters is because there's damage here on the airfield, his engineers will repair that before they begin to build more fortifications. And that's what we need to stop. Okay. Yeah, Naval Guard. Yeah, it's Paradigm says there. Right, so I've got these forces in position. See, he's been so bold over here. I'm just so desperate to actually push this. As soon as Singapore falls, then that's when the campaign really does, well, gain a new lease of life, frankly. Okay, they can move out now. I mean, that's it. There's a lot of forces tied up at Singapore that should have been moved elsewhere in all this time. Now, as soon as we have Singapore under our control, then we actually do get to move those forces out. So we're just trying to break through the inertia here. And it is tough, but we'll break through. This could have been better, but frankly, we still have control of the area, so that's fine. We have potentially a path towards Xi'an, so I'm going to use that. No, you're right, man. It's just in other situations it would be. The issue as well at Singapore is the sheer amount of AA. So I'd rather hit the airfield. I'd rather prevent him from actually building up fortifications. If he didn't have as much AA like in China, then we would go lower and actually cause more damage to the casualties. Sorry, more casualties to the ground troops. But it is what it is, unfortunately. Okay. I'm going to get things rolling pretty quick here. There's a lot of things that's already underway. Yeah, I just need to actually get the troops moving into onto Palembang shortly, really. Okay, subs are over here. That's good. They've refueled. Have them head out this way, try and find out where his carrier forces might be. Just a few subs, really. Well, through the subs. I still think there's probably carriers in the Indian Ocean. There could still be carriers at Melbourne. I'll have to see about that. He's actually got aircraft over here. I'm going to assume those are the L212s. So we'll take that base tomorrow and deny him those. Okay. Right, good. I can finally assemble that full squadron there. Yeah, it has Paradigm says there. Very impressed by the AAR, by the way. Really impressed. More than I could have ever expected there. I really appreciate that. It's really awesome that people get something else to have a look at. Which is nice. It's nice as well, because it's like I enjoy reading those AARs too. So I think everybody enjoys that. It's a win-win. Right, let's reform this at long last. Okay. So that gives us a unit, well, a full squadron to work with there. Right. Try 25 this time. That's only a 10. I think this 10 one could be useful out. Let's see. Right, well I know I can make it to the Baldwarm. At least I'm pretty sure I can make it to the Baldwarm. So move them to the Baldwarm, move them to Truck, then move them into the Port Moresby area. Where's the rest of your units? Kopang. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, see, that's intriguing when they're moving ships there. Might be moving assets into the actual islands of the Torres Strait, into Horn Island. Well, onto Horn Island. See about that. Right, I'm going to pull that unit back. Of course. I had forgotten about it last time, actually. So we'll dock it up and get it moving out. It's fine, just get it moving. Move it back to make us all. Yeah. We are looking towards the end game in this area. Had he been moving these troops over here? Oh wow, I feel bad for your son. He probably would take it if he wanted to, because he probably has more AV there. But oh well. They're still loading. Okay, then they're going to be heading into Cagayan. Right, these forces are moving. Still some time away, it's only support there. That's more. Yeah, the Mindanao effort is so awful. Should have committed more here. Right, 329. I think I will launch another deliberate attack here. It's not ideal, I know, but I need to break Mechagayan. He can only have so much supply, and he will give if forced to give. Well, ideally surrender is what I mean by that. Right. 14 farming there. Okay. See, it's funny that he stopped bombarding here a baton, because obviously he realised it wasn't doing him any good, really. Right, drop the Shanghai Maru. Have we just try and move down that way? I don't think so. It's a good question, but I don't think there's been anything there for a while. There's a ship there now. No, there's nothing in port. Nothing that we can see in port there. Okay, moving those assets down south. Yeah, the more engineers I can get into the area, the better. Alright, 5th Air HQ still there. E5s, Oscars there, K-27s. Okay. Yep, so that will give us the actual lifting capacity. What we'll do then is we'll assemble the 2 Naval Guard units over here. I'll pick up the regiment and then we'll move on Palembang. Yeah, it's a PG boat. Yeah, it's a PG boat. Should have been on that from the start, just sent in some cruisers, but this is it. It's like you end up being worried about things needlessly, really. Right, they're moving back. Kagoshima. Okay. So the 38th Division will be back. Well, we'll arrive at Canton tomorrow, which is great news. Alright, 1467. Yep, okay, we can definitely pick up the 38th then. So, yeah, as soon as the 38th Division arrives, I'll get that division moving. And that is good. Will give us a lot to work with. It was a mistake moving them there, really, wasn't it? Okay. We're still gained here, ultimately. Not as much as we would have wanted, but still we've gained. Yes. I will have to garrison that, which is not exactly ideal. But that's fine, we have enough forces to do that with. If I could launch another attack over here, I'd be happy, but likely it's not going to happen. This force is... well, let's take a look at this. There's a unit there. It's not ideal. He might have picked up on that tick, and this is the issue of him moving on major roads there. Now, what is going to happen is... well, it looks like we're going to end up having to fight here, then. I'll just have to hope that we can inflict a decent amount of casualties on him. May as well remain in that hex. It's not going to happen. No, but we haven't made any mistakes yet, so we're alright. I give them a superior commander then. Gushi. Yeah. They're going to have to hold out against all this. And it's going to be rough. There's nowhere near enough there. But if we can ideally hold him or at least cause casualties, then that'll be okay. We are likely to lose that regiment. Or it's likely to retreat probably back across the river or potentially this way. I'm going to say it's probably going to retreat. Well, if it retreated over there, that'd be fantastic actually, but we'll see about that. I don't know about the art files. I'm going to save it now just in case. So many saves here. I don't know why you have such problems there with the game AT. It's weird. I don't know why. Are you posting on the forums? That'd be a good place to take a look. See if anybody can fix your issues. Okay, so in China I'm going to give the air power a rest actually. Now, this is in the wrong position, but it can remain here for the time being. Well, actually, no, let's see. Changsha. That's weird. I don't know about that, about those specifics, really. Right, bring that there. The end of the turn is not far off now. There's not terrible amounts of things to be done. So they can be moved to Changsha. In China, I'm gonna... Well, he's brought a lot of air power, which is fine. I'm gonna let him just keep it there, really. Frankly, him diverting this air power to China is a win in a lot of ways, as... Well, I'm just setting shit against him for the most part. At least very poor stuff. Alright, so tell them to rest. I could shift them up towards Xi'an, then potentially later. Or elsewhere. We'll see. The actual Oscars, let's see. What altitude was he flying at? Right. 17, okay. So 20 is probably alright. Okay. What I'll do then is run a cap here, but then give them time to rest. Yeah, above all, we've deprived him of this industry, which is going to hurt. Not terribly much, but it will hurt in time. That is going to be the great way there. But frankly, any movement in China is a win. Right, still building up over here at Pamashiro-jima. Will come in handy in the future. Right. You're moving into Wars Midway. Looking fine out here at Midway. He hasn't really done too much. Perth. Okay, that is interesting. Yeah, double at Perth. Did he move carriers back to Perth, or the carrier back to Perth? It is bizarre. I think I will have you head down towards Perth area then. I'd like to try and just get an idea. There's something up in this area. We need to find it. Right, at least there's actually fuel now at Megasar, so that's good. I have the means to go down there and actually get back out, which is fine. Right, forces moving over there. I'm going to need the actual forces to move them out. So let's see. Now, they're still moving back in towards Kopang. It's going to be a few days until they arrive back. Jungle Rough, yep, no, roads is never good. Now, I do have this actual naval brigade over here that I do need to actually pick up. So let's see, what do I have spare? So I need to pick them up. Right. Go ahead and go pick them up. So what I can do here then is load troops, pick up a unit. So they're at, what was the name of the base there? That is Loughton. Load troops. It's so annoying how units positioned here. Luckily we never have to do this again. Once we fix things, then that'll be it. Right, Loughton. Right, go and pick up the actual naval guard there. Then retire to Megasar. What I need to do is actually pick up the actual pick up the actual AV that we have in the area. I'm tempted to actually have the 38th Division just made available for operations against Java, to be honest. We'll need more than that, but Singapore doesn't look like it's going to be that much longer, really. Ideally, the next attack goes well. We'll see. If I can take Palembang, which we will take Palembang. I'm going to call it, within a week we'll have Palembang. It's far too late, but we'll have it, and then I can make use of it. Get the 22nd Air Flotilla moved over there to Palembang. Control the area a little bit more, which is going to be necessary. Okay. Right, we're still waiting on a few to be repaired. How you doing there, Racer? Good to have you, my friend. Alright, okay. I'm going to have these forces shifted up over here to Singkawang. That'll give us something to actually cover the Palembang area with them when we do move over there. Okay. And this is it, we need more numbers. Vastly more numbers. Right, the Armada detachment can be built up, and I will build that up. I'm going to be able to only build it up by so many per day in this method. Actually, no, I'm saying that. There we go, okay. Gives us a bit more, then obviously we can get the pilots in there. Yeah, do need more zeros. Production's finally getting to the point now where at least it is somewhat respectable, but no, it's far from where it needs to be. So going to attack here once again. Ideally it will fall this time. We have low fatigue and low disruption, so that will be a nice victory to take that. Ideally they would surrender. It's not terribly likely that they would, but we'll have to hope. It would be awful to have to deal with them in the wooded rough, but we'll have to manage that. The good news is at least we do have the vast majority of southern China under our command. Why the hell am I building fortifications there? That's a waste of time. My god. That was an old legacy decision there, wasn't it? Alright, let's see. What do I have over here? They're moving out, right. I'll take one of these temps. Oh, two of these temps anyway. How much do I actually have here at the moment? That's, wow, 9. Grand total of 9. Less than impressive. So we'll take 2. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I'm going to hope for then is ideally... We'll see how Singapore goes. If the 38th needs to be diverted towards Malaya, then we'll have it head there. But I'm hoping that Singapore may fall without them. He doesn't have a huge amount of force, and if we can keep on with decent results and not taking too many casualties and inflicted more, then we'll be okay. Ideally, he just surrenders, but that's not likely to happen. But yes, I would like to have the 38th Division made available. If I can actually... So I do have a division of this area. I have I have 3 detachments of the 4th in this area that I need to reassemble. We do have the benefit of paratrooper support as well, which is handy. I just need to get these assets actually moving. Look, I do have decent control of the skies in this area. Alright, patrol though. Need to pick up that detachment. Right, 3-7. Right, 5-7 should give me enough there. When they just ate up all that fuel, well, that's less than great. There's some torpedo boats then, I guess. Or a torpedo boat. Well, actually, no, I have more troll boats, to be honest. Pretty slow. Alright, there we go. So, what I'm going to tell them to do is go and pick up the actual division detachment at Kendari. I'll pick up the division detachment from Kopang as well, pick up that one from Bayley-Papan when it arrives at Bayley-Papan. Reassemble the division, probably avenge Massin, or even find a position here. Now that's looking like a likely position to land here because it looks empty. And if it is empty, then I can land there and take the base, and that would be amazing. Having a port there would be great, and they would march on Surabaya. A division there would probably be enough to deal with Surabaya due to it being clear terrain, but I obviously would need a second division. But that's going to take a little bit of time. Not too much, but some time nonetheless. Right, Kandari, 4C. So go pick that up and get it moving. Moving back to Makassar. I'll give us that. Once this is finished up as well, will be good. Right, LSD's over there. Tankers moving in there to obviously move fuel around the area. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's just battling against the inertia. How are they? Okay. I'll give them a little bit of time to actually recover that fatigue and disruption. They are dealing with actually the remnants from the area, to be honest. They may surrender, but I'm going to give them a little bit of time there to recover. The assets that were damaged are heading to Saigon to repair. Yeah, there we go. Yanagi, Kitakami. Okay. That'll give us some cruisers to cover this. We'll have aircraft over here to cover this. He's got a few bombers over here, but I don't think he's really expecting Palembang to fall anytime soon, and we need to change that. Take Palembang, take Oosthaven, but yeah, we are closing in now. Banjarmasin is going to be a real pivotal point there. It's just getting these assets moving to where they need to be, really. Okay. SLF there. Additional units there as well. Combat mode. There we go. Well, that's a good one, actually. These units over here, let's see. Which force do they belong to? 13th is China. 16th. China. Mongol, 4th Army. China. Kwantong, so that needs to go back. Yeah, what we'll do with these forces then is use them to rest, but I could potentially have them shifted down this way. I mean, it would be nice to actually have the garrison requirements filled, but we do have forces heading back. It might just be worthwhile to move them over to Canton, perhaps. It depends, really. We'll see. Maybe even just hold this position over here. And what I'll probably do then is, depending on what happens here, we'll keep on chasing until we can't chase no more. But what I'll likely do here then is just leave some divisions to hold the river line. Not that it's ever going to be attacking against us, but it would be worthwhile to do so. Perhaps at that point we'd then march on Quailin, perhaps. We'll see. Not likely to have a lot of success. He's able to move forces pretty quickly. That's the problem. That train's awful to deal with as well. Ah, well. Okay. Nearly at the end of the turn here. Quailin, I think they're quite anemic. Yeah, not very strong. That's fine. It's a shame. Had we been able to capture Xiaoyang, we might have been able to actually hold him in position. Well, we would have been able to hold him in position potentially. He just got to Xiaoyang before we could take it, which was unfortunate. Yes, they do cost, which is why I'm going to take a look at actually trying to make sure all the garrisons are filled. Right, I think we're more or less done with that. A lot of it is just mostly just carrying on from where we were. A lot of things already in motion. Right, what I'll do then is pick up a unit. Let's see, Saigon. Yeah, these engineers need to be shifted out from Saigon. Yokosuka, get them moving. Yeah, we'll take another look at it, see if you'd like. It did very well, actually. It hasn't got enough supply for an attack this turn, but I will be attacking with it probably in a day or two, really. But I'm very glad. I mean, this is it. The most important thing is actually having the infantry here at Muna, because that means that we actually have the means of communication here. Well, we have the actual supply road here, which is very important. So the 1298, they need 2176. There is 230 in the... sorry, there's 140 in the hex. So obviously they just need more to come in here. But they are gaining a nice rate, which is good. Allow them to recover. Not huge amounts of IJ engineers. Engineers, frankly, by themselves are not very handy. But at least these engineers are here. The actual army engineers, the ones that we actually do need. And that actually can do the job. I think Moresby will fall. Have the BBs go in there. Refuel. Would be good then. Where are the AKEs? That's heading back to Japan. Right. Let's see. There's the AKEs. Right, they're heading south there as well. AKEs, right, okay. They're going to link up at Baker. Sorry, at Truck. There we go. So that's good. So what we'll do then is we'll get the actual Battleship Division moving then likely south. Either south towards either south towards Fiji or south towards this area then to actually deal with this. Well, you don't cause damage to the airfield, unfortunately. Right. There's lots of assets that do need to be moved out. Let's see. Right, these small tankers are fantastic. Dock them and move them. Now, I would like to have some fuel potentially at Midway. The reason is I mean, these guys are great, they're really long endurance. I'd like to have some fuel at Midway just so... Well, that's actually a lot of fuel. Okay, that's not... I don't want to send that much fuel. I thought they were the other kind of tankers, actually. Right, even that much is a lot. Oh, sorry, suddenly got a bloody cold. Brilliant, isn't it? Right, AP's arrived, that's good. Oops, no. Yun Yo. I'm heading her to... believe... a truck, but I'll have to check that. Now, let's get these forces moving. And to be honest, I probably want to be taking the construction units. Though it would be nice, obviously, have that. But no, I think I'm better off moving the actual construction units, to be honest. Verified load. Accept load. Troops only. There we go. I do need an escort here. Couple DDs there. See, I don't want to be using destroyers for this sort of thing. A few days until they're available. Now, let's take a look at the actual repair schedule. Oh, I need to take a look at pilot aces. I know people will be annoyed if I don't. Okay, list top pilots. Ah, there we go. We finally have our ace there. Oh no, we've had a few aces, haven't we? I'm thinking of the other game. We have Asada there at A. I think Asada is actually one of our leading pilots in the other game as well, actually. So as it does happen when you're actually in a proper unit for it, and a proper squadron for that sort of thing. Right, there we go. What do we have here then? 14 knots would be great, actually. So meet the task force with the APs, and then we can get them heading south then as well. And this is it, we need those engineers. Sorry, yes, we need those airfield engineers, those construction engineers really across the Empire. And these are things that should have been moving out a long while ago. Yeah, he's destined to become an ace. He's our anime protagonist. He's indeed our anime protagonist. Alright, there we go. Get them moving out. So, I think what I'm going to do then is double check where Yunyo's heading. But for the most part, there's not anything beyond that to do. Things are kind of taking care of themselves here at this moment in time. Let's see. So we'll go for the second attack over here then. Ideally that will be sufficient. We have enough supply of the units over here so we can keep that going. The sooner this falls the better. That will give us a hell of a lot to work with then. Banjarmasin will fall. Palembang will fall within the week as well. Well, maybe within a week, maybe 2 weeks, but as soon as possible, really. Sooner rather than later. Well, the reason why they go into the actual TRACCOM is essentially when you take everything out of there. I mean, those ace pilots actually do help to train pilots up as well. They actually help aid Japan's train effort. But yeah, if you have everybody actually in that pool, rather than in the normal pool, what happens is you don't lose experience per se. It's a little bit convoluted to explain. Gary's really up on that, so if you ask him for the bunkie, he's very knowledgeable on the actual pilot training. As well as Major Problem 42 as well. There's a couple of others that are very knowledgeable as well. Alright, so they're going to move in. Double check they are, I guess they are. They're moving as well. We're going to launch another attack over here. Unlikely to succeed, as he's probably going to be leaving the Hex, but we'll try and push him as hard as we can. Alright, I'll double check where Yunyo's heading, and then I'll call it a turn. Yeah, she's moving into truck to refuel, which is good. We could potentially have her actually move south with the BB zones as a proper escort. It's good that we do have additional destroyers over here. I'm glad that he didn't move into this area. I expected him to somewhat do so, but it seems not. Try and cover that area. Right. Indeed. Right, you're fueled. Have those subs head out this way. I need to cover this area. But I wanted to... I mean, ideally, if I can get to the point where I can actually cover this, I'd be quite happy. I do need engineers over here, because that's not good to actually see that the airfield's taking damage. It's really not good. I may have to take these engineers back. Let's see. Well, there's 154 engineers and 12 vehicles. That's a shitload of them. Frankly. Right, unloading that there. What we'll do then is we'll take some of the engineers back then to Luganville, but I'm going to try and get the airfield built up here, because I do want to actually establish the air HQ there. But I'm saying that doesn't particularly matter too much, because I can use that as a torpedo base. I just need to actually get the airfield built up. Can you name the turn to Fighting Dragons? Ah, dear. That would be amusing. Right, I think I can call it about there. We're going to move into this area. It's not the most dignified move to go for. But we'll see. We are moving that way. I really think so. Well, it doesn't particularly matter, does it? We're just going to do it, really. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet. I do think there is assets beyond here that I would like to try and chase down. Okay. What I'm going to do then is actually send out subs this way, try and figure out if there's actually things out here. I think there is, genuinely. But we'll see. We'll have to try and find them. There we go. It would be nice to take these islands in the near future as well. To be honest, if he does have his carriers potentially at Melbourne or at Perth, I mean Perth is looking likely as well, we're going to make it an intolerable situation for him, really. What we want to do then is just cause as much of a problem out this way as we can. Obviously, we'll have the carriers heading this way with the battleships. And once we actually do have the ability to run this area, so what we'll have to do is have the carriers move into the area, have them run, obviously, the cap, have, obviously, them run to survive, get the BB set up at survive. Let's double check the actual settings here of the carrier. We'll see. If anything, this is going to provoke a response. Right. Right, then 8,000, that'll be fine. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We can always turn back if needs be. I do think there's worthwhile assets out this way. I do want to put the pressure on this area here. We do have a carrier strength over this way when it does move south. And this is it. I could be wrong about this, but I think it is worthwhile to move them this way. If I can do so without them being revealed, then that would be great. Right, they're heading down there to actually go pick up those assets. I do need to get them. Okay, they're moving in that way. He's moving towards that area. We do have H6K4s in Comac now, so ideally that will give us a decent bit of actual knowledge in this area. Right, let's see. Comac has... yeah, okay. So we've still built that airfield up. What we'll have to do then is redistribute the engineers to where they need to be at Luganville. So all in all, not a bad turn. Not exactly an amazing turn. We did sink a dragon, which is nice. It's nice to actually sunk a warship, but not anything really decisive. Nothing really, like, shout home about, which is actually good in some ways. I mean, Singapore's good. Wencow's good. That's going to crack. Wencow's going to crack sooner or later. That could have been better, but that's fine. It's been a little bit mediocre in terms of actual results there, but then again, expectations are always higher. But it's been good nonetheless. We can make that work. Okay, they're going to move in there. I mean, yes, we did lose a ship and we did lose some men here, but above all, we got the men here to Buna. It's not a huge deal of men, it's not as many as there would have been there. But that's still 12 assault vows, not a huge deal, but it is still worthwhile. Yeah, Wenka, I don't think it'll take too long. Yeah, I mean, it would be good. The sooner Singapore falls, the absolute better, really. That would be excellent. Port Moresby has the disruption. Let's take a look. Not too bad. 24, 26 is not too bad at all, really. Obviously, it is worse in these regions due to malaria. But not so bad. The fact that we have 431 AV remaining is still very good. Yes, not so bad. Obviously, this didn't have much AV to begin with. Those IGA engineers are very nice. We did reduce the fortification level as well, I believe. Let's see. That's Singapore. Right, Moresby. Yeah, reduced it to 2. So it was at 3 beforehand then. That's important. Bombardment. Well, we can go for a bombardment then, so we'll go for a bombardment. Keeps up the pressure then, I suppose. We also get to see how his AV looks then. We do obviously need more supply. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't take too long. Looking forward to having all these assets freed up. I mean, this is it. We've got the forces moving in towards Palembang. As soon as we take Palembang, that's going to be really, really very good. And then we'll get moving on here. At that point, it's really going to be trying to be interesting, really. Because once we do capture the Dutch East Indies, obviously we'll be behind schedule, but then once we do capture the Dutch East Indies, it's going to be intriguing to see how we then take it. So at that point, we'll be obviously behind in Burma, but we'll have to see what we can do in Burma. Can we get a better leader for the PM troops? We'll take a look. I think they've got a good leader, but I'll double check. 76. Yes, he's actually one of the best. Yeah, there we go. So they're actually pretty damn good. Yeah, we'll get more support down to this area as well shortly. Yeah, pretty much. Which is why they're probably doing so well. He will lose at Port Moresby, and the interesting thing is, will he look to evacuate? The fact that we hit the 2 APs is very nice. There could probably be more here. I'd have to check that. Okay, I think we will wait then. We'll build up that supply. And then we'll attack tomorrow. Ah, thank you very much there, Paradigm. I don't know what a member is, but thank you very much. I don't know what a member is. What's a member? Because you're the first one of it I've ever seen, because I don't know what it is. What the hell's a member? But thank you so very much there, man. I mean, I don't know what it is, so I don't know how to thank you, but thank you very much for whatever that does. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those with the Kokoda Trail, isn't it? It's not so bad. The good news is we're actually having troops over here. A supply will naturally pool over here. And then it'll move over. Ah, it's my Patreon for YouTube. Ah, well, thank you, man. And I do have a Patreon. Which I'll be shouting out in a moment as we are pretty much done with the turn here. I'll take a tweet shop. But thank you so very much, man. Really much appreciated. That really is awesome. We'll call it THG. What are we on? 83? I can't remember what turn we're on anymore now. Ah. Thank you very much there. Much appreciated there, Paradigm. Again, really impressed by the AARs. Can't wait to actually take a look at them. So what I'm going to do here then is save and send the turn. And then I will go ahead and stream the Admiral Dadman replay as well. I don't think I'll do terribly much on it tonight, but then we'll go for it. Yeah, so I'll be streaming again in a few minutes as well. Probably give it about 5 minutes, I guess, and then probably stream. So if you guys stick around, I'll be back on shortly. So we'll go ahead and name this. So riding the dragon tonight. Indeed, we'll get the actual replay done there, but now I'll be able to finish off the Danman turn tomorrow. Yeah, washroom break indeed, yeah. It's so fucking warm here. Oh my god. I've been dying to open my windows for ages. But there we go, so thank you so very much there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll go ahead and bring the Admiral Danman replay on shortly. So, if you guys have enjoyed this, please do consider, very much like Paradigm Blue there, being amazing. Let's see, yes, you can support me on Patreon, and I will shout out my lovely patrons. So big thank you to Mr. Baines, Bleachacid, deepicduck, Dingo Bat. I will pronounce these one day right. I just don't know how they're pronounced sometimes. I'm probably reading into them too much. Dingo Bat, once again, yes. Eric Wild, Eric Justo, George Kilgore, Gregory VanHouten, not to be confused with Helsing. I can't remember if I made that joke. I like to try and make a joke each time I read it, but sometimes I don't know if I'm going back over old ground. But thank you very much for that, Iceycrome, Imperator Thrawn, James Lindsay, Lord Luba, Ever the Silent Master. And it's quite amusing. I love Lord Luba. He's been subbing me, I think $1 a month, and he's like giving me $38 in total, which is a really long time. I don't know if that's $1 a month, but that's 38 months on it total, which is incredible. There, it's great to have such support. Mark Tolson, thank you very much. Paul Sanders, thank you. Raphael, Rick Chambers, Ricky Blinson, Sam, and Spacht, SunYan, Talon1DE, The Forgotten, and my latest patron, Thunder, thank you so very much, and Tinlinholm. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. You guys absolutely do help to make this all possible. It is really great because it allows me to actually have the money for university and actually be able to get the things I want to get. Which is excellent. As you can imagine. Until all this outro stuff. Thank you for watching, ladies and gents. I will be back in a few minutes. Until next time. Goodbye for now.